Hi, this is part 2 of my discussing Stephen Hawking's time theory with an atheist. Yeah. This is part 2 of my discussing Stephen Hawking's time theory with an atheist.
I suggest you actually study the subject before you start making ridiculous claims like the Big Bang was a god that exploded.
Well, if you don't want to believe God willed the universe into existence, hey, who is the one believing a, quote, God, unquote, time in this case, exploded? No, excuse me, expanded into what we have now.
You say, I have and have found it lacking. It always opens the door up to the eternal, which to me, an eternal God can easily fill just as easy as eternal time can.
Right.
1. Oh, really? What was the name of the documentary you said you saw?
What do you mean?
2. Assuming you did actually see a documentary, until you make a video disputing every single argument and piece of evidence in said documentary, your argument is meaningless and doesn't hold any substance.
I'll refresh my memory on what it was that I said I found it lacking, please. Oh, I see. No, one documentary. Just what I have taken in by watching many documentaries on the notion of the prime mover, or lack of one, from the atheist perspective. That's all.
You can't just say that some of the most intelligent people on this planet are wrong without providing any arguments and evidence to support said claim.
Can't I?
Do you have any idea how retarded you sound?
No, enlighten me, please.
3. There wasn't eternal time before the Big Bang. There was no time.
I bet you don't know just how stupid, retarded, unquote, that sounds to me, do you? For if you went back in time before the Big Bang, you'd be stuck with something about to produce the Big Bang, or you'd suddenly see something created from nothing, fly in the face of the scientific notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed, just changed.
These two are opposites.
Go on.
You can't just purposefully or unpurposefully understand the difference.
You hope?
Base all your arguments on this misunderstanding and expect nobody to notice.
Again, if you went back in time before the Big Bang, you'd be stuck with something about to produce the Big Bang, or you'd suddenly see something created from nothing, fly in the face of the scientific notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed, just changed. You are going to believe the latter, true?
There was no time, meaning there could have been nobody and nothing.
And you think I'm the stupid one here, true? Out of nothing, something, true? I put laughing out loud, put a smiley face.
I know the concept of no time seems incomprehensible.
False. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is time suddenly coming into existence from nothing. And you seem to have no problem with that. How come you have no problem believing something, time, came out of nothing?
But that's because our brain evolved to understand a world with time.
Just not a brain to be able to believe time or God was always present, true? That you can't believe, right? You have to believe something came from nothing for no reason at all. First there was nothing, then suddenly bang, quote, expansion, unquote. Really? If so, what's this, quote, energy can't be created nor destroyed crap just changed? Am I the retarded, and I'm the retarded one here, true?
A place without time is unimaginable to us.
Really? Not if you believe in a Big Bang outside of time. Yes, excuse me. Not if you believe in a being outside of time and space that's eternal.
But that does not mean it is not possible.
What? What? That something can just appear on the stage from nothing? No God, no matter, but just appear? Really? Again, I take it you don't believe the scientific notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed, true?
I
think it means quite the contrary.
Quite the contrary, actually, since we have already proven the concept.
Proven the concept, you hope?
You say, sorry, but he doesn't show me much.
Speaking about Stephen Hawking.
I do admire his ability to carry on, you say.
And I do. I do admire how Stephen Hawking's able to carry on.
Again, look up, quote, Curiosity Episode 1, Did God Create the Universe? Until you've disproven every single point made in the documentary, you do not have the right to make such bald statements.
When you have proof that energy can be created and destroyed, going against what science says, and that something can come from nothing, then I'll check it out, okay?
You say, in other words, he's like Atheist who just believes God suddenly appeared and is not eternal like the Bible says. He just appeared out of nowhere, true?
I think I asked that, you're right.
First of all, he doesn't believe anything since he has evidence to support his beliefs.
Oh? How does he know God is not outside of time and space? Evidence for that, please.
And when you, quote, believe something which is proven, it is no longer called believing, it's called knowing.
Right. So I ask again, how does he, Stephen Hawking, know God doesn't exist outside of time and space, thus is eternal, like the Bible infers, you know? How does he know that God doesn't exist outside time and space?
He knows there was no time before the Big Bang, so he knows there couldn't have been a God.
Thus he knows that something can come from nothing and disprove the notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed. Really?
The concept of God is both unreasonable and unnecessary to explain the beginning of the universe.
Only if you want to believe something can come from nothing, and that something can come from nothing to, quote, expand, unquote, for no apparent rhyme or reason, then you can quit believing in eternal creator God, can't you? But where is the evidence that something can come from nothing and go against the notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed? Just changed. Where is that evidence, please?
There is no reason to believe a creator exists, and there is actually more reasons not to.
You hope?
See, the main difference between science and theism is that science is looking at the facts and evidence and making a conclusion based on said facts and evidence.
And again, the facts and evidence that something can come from nothing and go against the notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed just changed. Well, where's that evidence, please? No, where is that evidence?
Theism is the denial of facts and evidence to preserve pre-existing beliefs.
Not when you believe in an eternal God outside of time and space. However, if you want to keep on believing something can come from nothing, contradicting, quote, energy can't be changed nor destroyed, just changed, we'll go for it. You know, go for it.
There is a big difference. If you actually looked at the evidence and thought about it rationally, you'd come to the conclusion Sir Hawking, and many more did.
Again, where is your evidence that the notion that energy can't be created nor destroyed is false, and that something can come into existence from nothing? Evidence, please. Evidence.
You say, quote, if God can't exist outside time and space, then I agree. But the Bible says different and explains how science is right about nothing can create how nothing can create nor destroy energy, thus energy and time could never be created without something outside time and space that is eternal God.
Exactly.
1. Just because the Bible says something doesn't mean it's possible.
You hope?
2. I am talking about the possibility of a God, not the biblical God.
Even though the Bible God being eternal fits the notion of something being outside of time and space for creating time and space? You sure?
There is so much wrong with the Bible that even if I'm wrong on the subject, which I am not, the biblical God would still not be a possibility.
You hope.
3. Do you know this theory, E equals mc squared? It states that matter equals energy.
And you feel that is wrong, true?
In the beginning, there was energy and nothing more.
In which you feel just happened without divine intervention, true?
After the Big Bang and the creation of time.
Did you say creation of time?
This energy got transformed into matter.
It seems it would have to.
The amount of energy has not always been the same, but since energy can be turned into matter and matter into energy, that only makes sense.
Right. That makes sense.
Where exactly is your evidence that it is not possible for the universe to have started with big amounts of energy?
Where did I say that it didn't? Sounds like you want to believe that so we can say expanded for, quote, exploded, true?
Can you explain me the name of the scientific book that stated this? And no, the Bible is not a scientific book.
Well, when it says, in the beginning God created, followed by let there be light, that sounds Big Bangish to me. No matter how you may slice it.
It is a book of blind faith and false reasoning. Even most theists know this.
But when you take into account a reconstituted Israel in the heart of Dar al-Islam, making it Dar al-Harb, the abode of war, for how did the writers of the Bible prophecy get that right? If there is no God of the Bible. Now the conclusion coming up later. See, how's that conclusion coming? It's almost done. Okay, I'll stop it here. Conclusion coming up.